One. All right, kids, we're live. And then we're just waiting for Brian Haldane to join up so we can start the show. If you're tuning in to Facebook Live, you'll notice that I'm sitting outside in a beautiful backdrop. I've got a little palm tree behind me that has no ice on it. I am in Orlando, Florida for a Louisiana State Bar Association conference in the magical Disney World. I am sorry that everybody in Baton Rouge is freezing cold. We are going to have the mayor from Baton Rouge and staff on today. The staff that's joining into the Facebook Live group, if you would do me a favor, your names are reflected at the bottom, and we have a lot of Sharon, Weston, Broom. So if you can change your names to your actual names, that would be very helpful so that when people who are watching see this, they can tell that Veneeth is Veneeth and that Pamela is Pamela and, you know, Jared is not the mayor. So, although there's a slight resemblance. Not really. There's no resemblance whatsoever. So anyways, yeah. So crazy stuff happening in Baton Rouge right now. What's the temperature, guys?
25?
It's like ridiculous. Yeah, it's
21?
like ridiculous right now. And I'll also be watching on the Facebook Live chat thread if you're out there and you have questions for staff or the mayor. And we'll try to fit that in. But basically, today's episode is the mayor and the staff, different movers and shakers from the mayor's office talking about what's going on in Baton Rouge. Just let's check in and see what's going on kind of episode. And, you know, I thought this was a particularly good idea since there's a lot of chaos going on right now. And people are having trees and plants all frozen over. Is there snow? Y'all have snow?
It's not really snow. It's more like sleet that has stuck to the ground.
Oh, so no.
Although there have been some sightings of a few flurries here and there, according to what I'm hearing from people.
Gotcha. Let me text Brian Haldane to tell him we're ready. So for those who are watching, yes, I'm in Disney. We are all wearing masks. You have to wear a mask while you're in the parks. The parks are like, it's cleaner than most grocery stores. It's very interesting. Not Trader Joe's though. Trader Joe's is cleaner than a hospital, but that's neither here nor there. So it's very, very clean. There's social distancing going on. It is a giant theme park. So there's that, but they have like 6 feet distancing in lines. It's very interesting the way they do everything. And in fact, I'm looking down from my room and there's people just walking to the park, basically wearing masks. If you don't wear a mask, I was telling the mayor, if you don't wear a mask, you essentially are asked to leave the park. It's nice. So they're also very, very weird about the food situation. You can take your mask off at the table, just like us. But there is no like ordering like you used to order at the quick services places. You have to do it remotely through your phone and you have to pick it up and you either have to go to a table and sit and eat, or you just can only take your mask off just to put food in your mouth. So Brian's here. We'll wait a couple of minutes just to make sure everybody's comfy and cozy. For those who are watching in Facebook Live, I am keeping track of the chat. So if you have questions for any of these wonderful people, or if we talk about something that you want more information on, let us know, and I will feed the questions. Happy Mardi Gras, by the way. Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.
Happy Mardi Gras.
My wife brought several king cakes to Disney, and we were sharing them with people yesterday. It was great.
That was wonderful.
Oh yeah. They're all in Mardi Gras gear. It's great.
I don't see anybody from my team with anything Mardi Gras on. What's up with that? I know everybody was working so hard the past 24 hours that they like completely forgot today is Mardi Gras. All they know is today is Winter Storm Part 2.
That's right. That's right.
So if you're watching on Facebook Live, on Facebook Live right now, I'll be the responsible person in the room that says this, and I know others will echo it. Stay home.
Thank you.
Just stay home. There's no reason to be out in that mess. So last time we had a major, and I'll say this before we go live on the radio or record on the radio, last time we had a major ice storm in Baton Rouge, I made the mistake of going to the mailbox to get the mail. And as I was going down the slanted driveway, I slipped and landed on my shoulder and partially fractured and partially dislocated my shoulder.
Eek.
So I don't play in ice ever. And there was no mail in the mailbox, by the way. All right, Brian, are you ready? Anybody missing, Veneeth? Or do we have everybody?
No, I think you've got everybody.
All right. I'm going to count it down. So counting down 5. And wait, before we do that, guys, if y'all will put yourselves on mute, I'm going to mute everybody, in fact. All right, so everybody's muted, but when we start, you can unmute. This is Facebook and Zoom at the same time. So guys, if you talk at the same time as somebody else, Zoom loses its mind. It doesn't know how to handle it. So just be mindful of that. We're recording on the radio. So counting down 5, 4. All right, welcome to a special Mardi Gras episode of the Geaux Rouge Radio Show. This is episode 64. For those watching in Facebook Live, for those listening on Saturday in Baton Rouge on Talk 107.3. I hope you're warm. I hope you're cozy. Welcome. For this episode of the Geaux Rouge Show, we have invited the mayor of Baton Rouge and her elite staff to come give us some updates on what's going on. If you're watching on Facebook Live, you'll notice that I'm sitting outside. And in fact, I'm wearing the mullet of the fashion world, a sleeveless Columbia vest. That's because I'm in Orlando, Florida at a state bar association conference and totally dodged the ice storm. I say dodge the ice storm because I hear it is crazy in Baton Rouge right now. From us at Talk 107.3, from me to you, please, please, please stay inside. There's no reason for you to go out. Even though I know places are opening up again, please stay inside. We'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit. Before we jump into the episode, I want to thank the Geaux Rouge sponsors. These are the business and people that make the show possible. These are the businesses and people that I rent that allow me to be on the radio. So first and foremost, Gulf Coast Title. Secondly, NAI Ladder and Bloom Commercial Realty. The Smith Shanklin Sosa Personal Injury Law Firm. That is your go-to personal injury law firm. I actually saw one of the law partners here at the Grand Floridian Disney. She's attending the conference as well. The Sullivan Steakhouse, your neighborhood steak restaurant. The Borchardt Law Firm, that's my lemonade stand. That is the finest criminal defense firm in the universe, well, at least Baton Rouge. La Divina Italian Cafe, open every day with your custom made from scratch breakfast. They actually do deliver as well. And last but not least, one of our newer sponsors, Dr. Gunja Raina, MD, VIP, and Heal 360. She does concierge medical services. She is a game changer. I love her to death. If you've heard me rant and rave about my new plant-based diet or potato fad, it's not a fad. I've lost a ton of weight doing the plant-based diet, doing potatoes. So she is one of my favorite doctors in Baton Rouge. You definitely want to check her out at MDVIP/Heals360. She's actually skiing right now, so she's in snow too. But with that being said, I've had the occasion a few times to hang out with Veneeth. He's one of my food buddies when I can eat good food. And I reached out to him recently, guys, and said, hey, I'd like to have the mayor on the radio show, and I'd like to have some staff on to talk about the various initiatives going on. Now, at that time, I did not consider the possibility of there being a Mardi Gras Arctic storm, Arctic whatever, vortex, whatever we're calling it. I did not know that things would be frozen over. So it's good that we have the mayor on. So if you're listening on Tuesday on Facebook Live, we'll get some updates on what's going on. If you're listening on Saturday, it's just good to have these people on. So Mayor, I'm going to let you take your yourself off mute, and then I'm going to let you introduce yourself and then your wonderful staff that is in this Facebook Live virtual show as well as on the radio.
Well, thank you so much, Franz. What a way to have Mardi Gras by sharing it with you. Of course, our Mardi Gras would be much better if we were in Florida enjoying the weather like you are at a conference. But nevertheless, there is no condemnation. Bring us back a few souvenirs and we'll all be okay. Thank you so much for having us on this morning, and happy Mardi Gras to everyone in Baton Rouge and East Baton Rouge Parish. I know the past 24 hours or more have been a challenge for many of us as we have dealt with a winter storm. But I love Baton Rouge and the people in Baton Rouge because we are resilient, we have persevered, and here we are now. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and we're still pressing our way through this winter storm with the help of so many first responders, DPW, Department of Transportation and Development. So as we are going 4 years forward, Franz, I want to introduce my dream team, if you will, that helped me as I navigate the work of city parish government. I'm going to start first by introducing Darrell Grissle, who serves as my Chief Administrative Officer. Darrell is responsible for the day-to-day operations in many ways of city parish government. He and I have a very unique relationship in that 5 years ago, when I first ran for mayor, Darrell ran for mayor also. And to me, our story is a story that could be in the books of politics and consensus building. After I made it to the primary, Darrell supported me, but even beyond that, when we started working in government, Darrell came to me one day and said, look, I want to do everything I can to help you be a success and to make this city a success. So whatever you need me to do to roll up my sleeves and work, I will do it. Just tell me what you need me to do. And in fact, he was very passionate and still is about, our litter mitigation and some of our basic services. And so little did he know when he came and had that conversation that I would really put him to work in the role of Chief Administrative Officer. Then we have Veneeth Iyengar, who serves as one of my Assistant Chief Administrative Officers. I think as I look on our board here, Veneeth and Jared are probably the longest employees of my senior staff, starting with me almost at the very beginning. Veneeth is in our ACAO. You said, Franz, you and Veneeth go out to eat. I have heard that story from hundreds of people in Baton Rouge because Veneeth certainly enjoys food and fellowship, but he also enjoys meeting everyone in Baton Rouge. And so a native Baton Rougean who came back home to make his city a better place, works tirelessly with our economic development and uplifting disinvested communities. Then we have Kelvin Hill, who is our ACAO, who is solely responsible for the Department of Public Works, comes to us from a corporate management background, and certainly has helped us in our bringing our DPW team together and making it stronger. As you know, at the core of city parish government is basic services. So Kelvin has his hands full. Next, we have Dr. Pamela Ravari Jones, who is an ACAO who has a heart of compassion. Her work deals with our Department of Human Development and Services. And also she is responsible for many of our major outreach, including our homeless prevention outreach. She is the connector of our international community as well. And as I said, our Department of Human Development and Services, which is very a center focus also of our outreach in city parish government. Next, we have Courtney Scott. Courtney is another one of our ACAOs who is responsible for the Office of Community Development. Actually, under her purview is also the Mayor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness. So you talk about somebody that was busy yesterday. Courtney was extremely busy trying to pull everything together as we navigated this winter storm, and also is very involved in a number of special projects for city parish government. Last but not least is Jared Hymowitz. You know, I met Jared as we were working on the Mayor's Healthy City Initiative, which is an arm of the mayor's office, but a nonprofit arm. But also, Franz, I like to let people know that we do not have a public health department in city parish government. But sometimes people would not know that because Jared does such a yeoman's job as the executive director of the Mayor's Healthy City Initiative. We have done some transformative work in the healthcare space under Jared's leadership. And so certainly when it comes to health in all places and looking through the lens of health, as we uplift our city, Jared has taken that on by storm, and I really appreciate the work that he does in that space. So that's a great part of my senior team there.
So I was worried, all these all-stars that we have on the show today, I was worried initially because when I was talking to Veneeth, it was Mardi Gras Tuesday, and that's when we record the show. And then I took a deep breath and realized that none of you guys were going to be at parades, and probably y'all were going to be stuck at home. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in today on the show. We're going to start with the mayor. Mayor, let's talk about the I guess the most important thing right now, and that's what's going on with the city right now, with the weather, with the freeze. So let's start there, and then we're going to kind of work our way around. So talk to me a little bit about what's going on. We've got about 10 minutes in this segment, so we're going to have plenty of time to talk to everybody. Talk to me a little bit about what's going on and how you and your team are responding.
Yes, you know, first of all, Franz, you talked about the temperature when we started, and right now the temperature in Baton Rouge is warming up. It's now 23 degrees here in Baton Rouge, so the temperature is rising a little bit. But as you know, we are continuing to respond to our winter storm. And so we definitely don't want people to be traveling this morning. Still a lot of ice on the roads. We have had a collaborative effort, as I shared with you early on, with our state partners, as well as recognizing that here in East Baton Rouge Parish, I have, the city of Zachary, the city of Baker, and the city of Central. So it is definitely advantageous for me to have communication with the mayors of those cities so we can be in alignment in terms of our response. So here we are this morning. It's my understanding that, yesterday we had 50,000 power outages in our city, and now Entergy has really cut that number in half, although those 12,957 people who are still without Entergy and those 2,755 still without power from DEMCO are still being patient, but you can imagine they're eager, to say the least, to have their power back on. And so those crews are still out actively working to restore power. We always tell people that it's so important to make sure that in the midst of cold weather, because Franz, the cold weather is still going to be with us a little bit more this week, right? Not at the severity as it is today, but we want to make sure that people continue practicing fire safety in their homes, by testing their smoke alarms, by being safe with space heaters and fireplaces. And so we have deployed 60 trucks with salt spreaders in collaboration with DOTD, 750,000 pounds of salt with DOTD, thousands of pounds of sand on our essential bridges, and we have pre-staged barricades at our various city parish bridges. So we have been busy at work. One thing I want to encourage everyone to do, and maybe that's two things. First of all, I want to encourage everyone to keep in touch with us. You know, Franz, when you're in the middle of a crisis, having the lines of communication open is certainly vitally important. So redstickready.com is a platform to stay connected with city parish government. But I want everyone to take it a step farther. I want people to sign up for our text messaging system so you can know what is going on a day by day, moment by moment process. And I will tell you that that text messaging system is definitely working. I have been receiving text messages. So this is what you can do. And it's not only for this event, but for any event that happens in Baton Rouge. I want everyone to text Red Stick Ready to 225-243-9991. That's Red Stick Ready to 225-243-9991. You know, I was talking to a colleague yesterday, and we were talking about, you know, how do you get messaging out when perhaps some people are without power, right? So they can't see the television. Of course, we were on television all day yesterday, or maybe they don't have access to a radio. But most of the time, if the phones are charged, people are connected to their smartphone. So if you indeed sign up for that text messaging system, then you can get fluid communication from our office. So that's where things stand right now. It's still, I'm looking out the window. I don't see the sun breaking through yet, but we remain optimistic.
Well, again, I would encourage you guys to stay inside redstickready.com, as well as getting on the chat, the text. I'll get one of these guys to fill in the instructions on the Facebook Live thread. I'll probably draft Veneeth to do that. He can multitask. In our time remaining in the first segment, I want to turn it over to Kelvin Hill. Kelvin, if you'll unmute yourself, I want to talk a little bit about MovEBR. MovEBR. Kelvin, welcome to the show. Tell us about what MovEBR is.
Well, thank you, Franz. Absolutely. MovEBR is our historic road infrastructure project. As you know, we've got about $1.1 billion of investment that we're going to make in the roadway system here in East Baton Rouge Parish. And for 2021, we're saying we're going to have 21 projects in construction in 2021. So that's very exciting for us. We're looking forward to making that happen. Right now, we've got 5 active projects in construction, which includes PQ interchange. We just completed phase 1 of sidewalk project over on 72nd Avenue. We've got the Mall of Louisiana clearing and grubbing process has started. We kicked that project off with a groundbreaking earlier in January. And we've completed the Nicholson and Lee and Brightside intersection project. So that was one that had been ongoing, and we've got that completed. So we're excited about that. We've got 19 of our new projects have gone through design selection. So we have engineering firms selected for those projects. We've made over 115 direct appointments for services tied to these projects. And we've got over 100 contracts that we've actually executed and have agreement with local firms to help us out and to get going. So We're pretty excited about our progress. We're pretty excited about the pace that we're making. And we're pretty excited to get these 21 projects in construction this year. Awesome.
Thank you, Kelvin. So if you're Jared, take yourself off mute. We've got about 5 minutes left in this segment. Let's talk a little bit about the Healthy City Initiative and what's going on with COVID-19.
Sure. Thanks, Franz, for having us. So Healthy BR is a really unique project. As Mayor Broom said, we don't have a local health department here. And so what's unique is that Mayor Broom's able to convene lots of different stakeholders to address the issues that we have regarding health in our community. And so our mission is to communicate, collaborate, and coordinate to make Baton Rouge a healthier place for all, right? And so Mayor Broom exudes that by bringing together the stakeholders. And so people ask me all the time, why has COVID go so well in Baton Rouge? And I say, have you looked at the press conferences? Every press conference we've had the hospitals, the medical providers, the businesses, they're all standing with the mayor because she's listening to them and she's hearing what they're saying and she's taking that under advisement and then she's executing. She's making the decisions that are going to best affect what we do. It seems like forever ago, but Mayor Broom stepped out front and made that mask mandate happen. And we saw a dramatic decrease in cases after that. And so it's taking those decisions and those steps that are really vital. And then it's bringing our hospital partners to the table. So a quick little story I like to share is back in March, we had all of the hospitals come together and we stood up the first community testing site in the entire state. No support from any outside agencies other than the hospitals and clinics. And it really is that effort of the hospitals and clinics coming together that has enabled us to get through COVID as we have. And so as we move into vaccines, it's going to be that same collaboration. And so we're excited about a partnership that we have with the Department of Health of a vaccine site in North Baton Rouge, where we're going to be able to offer 2,000 vaccinations to that community. And so we recognize there's a gap and we're looking to find partners to solve those issues.
Thank you very much for that update. If you're listening right now, you're listening to the Geaux Rouge Show, either on Facebook Live or on Talk 107.3. We are going to be taking our first break. Stick around if you're on Facebook Live, because that's when the show within the show happens. We keep going. We will be back with the Mayor of Baton Rouge, Mayor Sharon Weston Broom, and her staff, her excellent crew. Stay warm, stay inside. For more information about the Geaux Rouge Show, go to www.GeauxRouge.com. And we will be back shortly. Stick around. Special thanks to Brian Haldane, who's braving the elements to be in the Talk 107 studio right now. You can't see him in the Facebook Live chat. You can't hear him, but Brian is an integral part of this production. I'll say production. That's a nice way of saying it. This is Franz Borchardt from very sunny, very cold, 70 degrees Orlando, Florida right now. I'm gonna zip my fleece up just a little bit. It's so cold out here. I'm rubbing it in only because there, by the grace of God, am I not in Baton Rouge right now. So we're gonna be right back with the Geaux Rouge Show. Stick around. All right, so we're clear right now. So if you're on Facebook Live, we're still chatting. Brian's going to need about 3 minutes, Mayor and staff. So we're gonna have about 3 minutes to just kind of chat around a little bit. I want to talk about, Jared, you mentioned vaccines. If I want to get more information about vaccinations, eligibility, and whatnot, where might I go to get that information?
Sure. So there's a few places. One is if you want the most local information, you can go to the brla.gov/coronavirus or COVID. And so that website will have up-to-date information regarding East Baton Rouge Parish. You can also go to the LDH website, Louisiana Department of Health, and that will have kind of the whole statewide perspective. As Mayor Broom said, we don't have a local health department, and so City Parish is stepping up to try to provide the most local information to our constituents, but we're relying on the state to provide that information. And so we try to decipher it and make it as concise for our residents as possible.
Awesome. Has this meltdown, this ice, Arctic blast, whatever we're calling it, storm, How has that affected what's going on with COVID right now? Has it affected anything that's going on with COVID right now?
So I would say it's too early to tell, but what I would tell you is it's it's uniquely affecting healthcare. And I'll give you a great example. I got a phone call this morning from one of the major hospitals in our community, and they had folks that normally get methadone, which is a treatment when you have substance abuse, and the methadone clinic shut down.
Right.
And they needed to connect people. There was people sitting in the ERs. And so I was able to get on the phone, and we were able to connect 3 or 4 different partners together and find a solution. And so that's really the uniqueness of our office, is that when people have a problem, they come to Mayor Broom's office and say, I need to help find a solution. And so we help connect them and put them in the right place.
So if you're tuning in right now, I'm sitting with some wonderful people from the mayor's office of Baton Rouge. We are going to be coming back shortly. In the second segment of the show, I'm going to have Veneeth talk economic development, disparity study, and parking meters. I'm excited about parking meters, kind of, a little bit. I am excited about the new parking meters because that will make using the parking meters more accessible. We'll have Dr. Pamela Jones talking about the capital area promise and workforce. We'll have Courtney Scott talking about Safe Hope Healthy. Dr. Joyce Plummer is going to talk recast, and then Darrell's just going to talk about whatever Darrell wants to talk about in the remaining time of the show. So you're listening to the Geaux Rouge Show right now. I am in Orlando, Florida. It is, you can see the sun, the brightness all behind me. Yesterday, in fact, I'm not trying to rub it in. Yesterday, the high was 84. It was 84 degrees yesterday, and humid, very humid. So I married a beautiful soul that is I'm sorry, Dr. Plummer is not on. That is correct, Jared. I got excited there. I was reading from my script and not using my eyes. So I married a good soul that's a Disney nut, and I made it 35 years of my life without going to Disney. And now that I'm married to her, I go to Disney much more than I used to. So, and my son, who's 5, the mayor has met my son, Fisher. My son is a Disney nut as well. In fact, I told my son this morning that I was hanging out with the mayor of Baton Rouge, and my wife goes, well, you've met the mayor, haven't you, Fisher? And he goes, yeah, I cooked with her. So he is in Animal Kingdom right now. So yeah, if you're tuning in, Geaux Rouge Mayor, before we jump back in, let's go through redstickready.com and give us the instructions one more time for how I can get on the text, I guess, Red Stick Ready text alert system.
Absolutely. What you have to do, of course, is text Red Stick Ready to the following number. That number is 225-243-9991. 225-243-9991. And just text Red Stick Ready, no spaces, to that number, and you will immediately start getting text messages from City Parish, not only with this weather event, but any other event connected to the Mayor's Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Preparedness.
So if you're out there watching on Facebook Live, before we jump back into our second half, I would encourage you, not just for my own selfish, self-interested purposes of getting my show further bandwidth, please share this video. Please share this video and spread the word. We're going to be hopping back in. So Brian says we're ready. When we hop back in, guys, I'm going to do a 2-minute intro, and then I will turn it over to, since Pamela's not here, I'm going to turn it over to Veneeth first. Then we'll go Courtney. Then we'll go Joyce. Then we'll go Darrell to round us out. And of course, if one of you guys have something you want to add, just raise your hand and I'll cue you up. So counting down 3. Welcome back to the second segment of the Geaux Rouge Radio Show. This is your host, Franz Borghardt, for episode 64 of the Geaux Rouge Radio Show. If you're listening on Facebook Live or on Talk 107.3, stay warm, stay inside. We welcome you to the show. For more information about the Geaux Rouge Show, go to www.geauxrouge.com. I am sitting in Orlando, Florida, on a virtual radio show with the Mayor of Baton Rouge and her elite staff. I'm very happy to have them here on Mardi Gras Tuesday. I wish everybody a Mardi Gras Tuesday. Hopefully you got some king cake in your house before the ice storm happened. But before we jump into them, I want to thank our show sponsors. The show sponsors are those individuals that make the Geaux Rouge Show possible. Dr. Gunja Arina from MD VIP, Hill 360. You definitely want to check out her healthcare concierge service. It is a game changer. I don't do anything with my health without talking to my doctor first, and she is available all the time. So you definitely want to check her out. La Divina Italian Cafe, serving select wines, ice cold beer, plus their exclusive sorbet mimosa. The Borchardt Law Firm, criminal defense firm. Sullivan's Steakhouse, your neighborhood steak restaurant. The Smith Shanklin Sosa personal injury law firm. They are your go-to personal injury lawyers. Excellent law firm. NAI Ladder and Bloom Commercial Realtors. And last but not least, Gulf Coast Title. We always appreciate having Gulf Coast Title a part of the radio show, whether through their community initiatives or their excellent title work. So without further ado, we're welcoming back the mayor of Baton Rouge and her staff. We're going to jump back in. We've got Veneeth. Veneeth, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, man, how are you?
So Veneeth is going to talk to us a little bit about economic development. I have questions about the disparity study and then parking meters. We got some updates on parking meters. So jump on in, buddy.
So I'm going to defer the subject of parking meters to my colleague, Mr. Darrell Grissle, because I know he and I have been so passionate about solving that challenge for our small businesses. So I will defer.
I like the teaser. I like the teaser.
It's something that's been a long time coming. When the mayor re-recruited me, and she mentioned recruiting me back to Baton Rouge after a 20-year hiatus, the first thing I asked the mayor when I walked into her office on January 1 of 2018 was expectations. And she said, Veneeth, I need you to develop public-private partnerships to help addressing anything and everything around economic development and anything around our sort of disinvested community and anything around really focusing on driving incremental change and substantial change for our community. In fact, everyone that you're talking to today and everyone that's on this team is really driven at heart by understanding what the challenge and problem statement is, where can government come in, and then where the private sector comes in. And so that is really the ethos of everything we do, whether it's a COVID response and partnering with restaurants, understanding their challenges, small businesses and whatnot. It's critically important. Between 18, 19, and 20, we've hit some pretty substantial economic development goals. On the economic development side, we have a contract that we have annually with the Baton Rouge Area Chamber, where towards the end of Q3, at the beginning of Q4, we actually set annual goals. And those annual goals are based off number of jobs created. Those annual goals are based off the industries and sectors that we want to position Baton Rouge for success. And so 18 and 19 and 20 were great years. We far exceeded our job numbers. We far exceeded the diversification of the industries that we're attracting. And in 2021, I am projecting and predicting that we'll probably have our best year when it comes to jobs created, the amount of investment that's going to occur in largely disinvested communities. And we are looking forward to announcing some really big, interesting projects and wins over the next couple of quarters. So very much aligned with the Chamber and their goals. They're very much aligned with what we're trying to do to help drive economic development. On the disinvestment side, Franz, in February of 18, after really a 9-10 year effort, we recently got in 2018, a disparity study passed and funded by the Metro Council under the leadership of the mayor. That disparity study, which we completed in late 19, really focused on a couple of key things. We have a $52 billion economy. We have $8 billion that's floating in our economy that we fully haven't tapped and leveraged because we really haven't leveraged the minority business population. The minority business population is 40% of all of our small business, whether it's Black, Hispanic, women, veteran service disabled. That $8 billion also includes the sort of the historic, perhaps, lack of engagement that we've had with the minority population when it comes to workforce. And so a number of things that we've been focusing on when it comes to addressing diversity is in terms of city parish contracting. So we've taken upon ourselves to break up contracts as needed, evangelize those opportunities through MovEBR, which has done a great job in bringing on board disadvantaged business enterprises. I think in Kelvin, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's over 30% of all the contracts within MovEBR are with DBEs. But also our focus on building those public-private partnerships to bring the corporate partners through the Baton Rouge Procurement Opportunity Partnership to help drive growth and create intentionality for small businesses and for those that are minority owned. And so really been a big focus. It's all happening in conjunction. Our success in economic development has everything to do with our ability to attract big business, but it has an equal more opportunity to really attract and grow our revenue base and our tax base by growing our small businesses. And so we're sort of moving heaven and earth to addressing both those impacts, both those issues in both those segments, and we've achieved a great deal of success.
So I appreciate you being on here. The mayor doesn't know that Veneeth and I are talking. We're flirting with each other to do a show concept at Southern Coffee. Shh, don't tell your boss that we're flirting with that. I have been blessed. My friendship with Veneeth has introduced me to some amazing businesses in North Baton Rouge. Oasis, a great Indian and soul food cuisine joint on Plank Road. I went hesitantly, and it is one of my favorite spots. And then Southern Coffee, shout out to them, man. Oh, I love that place. When I'm in that neck of the woods, and I go occasionally to visit clients in East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. When I'm in that neck of the woods, I'll hang out there for a little while. They actually host podcasting live from I'm giving them like a huge plug here, live from their actual coffee shop. So moving right along, Veneeth, we're going to turn it over to Courtney, who's going to talk to us about Safe Hope Healthy. Courtney, how are you doing? Courtney, you're on mute. You got to unmute.
Okay,
right,
there we are. I need to do it on
there you go.
Yep, I'm good. I was saying that you're a little warmer than I am, but I'm still good. Got my Mardi Gras beads on, so having fun here.
So talk to me about what's going on with Safe Hope Healthy.
Absolutely. So Safe Hopeful Healthy is Mayor Broom's public health initiative, along with community development, working to solve some of our biggest issues when it comes to social impact in our community. That's community-based public safety. So giving residents the power to build safe solutions within their community when it comes to public safety. That's going to be a community street team that we're looking to build. We have so many organizations and individuals that reach out that proactively want to do things to help solve any solutions in our community when it comes to crime, when it comes to neighborhood revitalization, when it comes to just building stronger neighborhoods. People want to connect. So Mayor Broom has been working for some time to put that initiative together, and we are not only using some CDBG dollars from community development, but we have some private partnerships with national groups like the Annie E. Casey Foundation that have also made an investment in Baton Rouge. Currently, we just launched the Safe Hopeful Neighborhoods website. It's safehopefulneighborhoods.com, and residents can go there to sign up to do community cleanups, to get resources on blight reduction, and then also to sign up to be resident leaders, which is a huge program and initiative that we've been building with Mid-City Redevelopment. Super shout out to Sam and Marley Pittman over there, who have been doing this work for a very long time and came to us with some innovative solutions to tie residents to bigger opportunities to be able to connect. So if you're a resident that's passionate about your neighborhood, you want to connect, you want to build, then you want to sign up for the Resident Leader Program at safehopefulneighborhoods.com. And then we also want people to gear up for April 10th. That is going to be our first community cleanup, Operation Cleanup. We need everybody to come out, and not only are you cleaning in your own ditches and yards, but you're also going to be able to volunteer in different pockets of our community as well, because we know that our residents are invested and we just want to give them the tools and opportunities to do so.
Awesome. And it's important, and I say this from the perspective of someone who's been in the criminal justice system for about 15 years. I don't think people fully appreciate the connectivity of cleaning up, helping make our community cleaner, and by that extension, safer. It does affect crime. It does.
Yeah, it does.
Same with blight. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. That website one more time, Courtney.
SafeHopefulNeighborhoods.com.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So now we're going to turn it over to Dr. Joyce Plummer. Where's Dr. Joyce? Oh, excuse me. Dr. Pamela Jones. I apologize. Dr. Pamela Jones, who's going to talk to us about Capital Area Promise and the workforce.
Thanks, Franz. I appreciate it. And I'm here to talk on a couple of different areas. But first of all, many of our viewing audience probably know that East Baton Rouge Parish is the second largest school district in the state. There's over 41,000 students. And what makes Capital Area Promise work so well is that it is a total unification of those institutions that are present here in Baton Rouge. And so when Mayor, along with LSU, Southern University, BRCC, and East Baton Rouge Parish School System convened, we came together as a core team to put in place opportunities for students, particularly to ensure that all students are given a chance for college readiness and or to be able to develop work skills that will lead them to a job when they finish their high school. And so we're happy to be able to welcome the new superintendent of schools, Superintendent Narcisse, here to Baton Rouge and to work in collaboration with his new team, in addition to the core team that I mentioned. And so we're working to ensure that students have tours to all of the campuses. There's a 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade day where the students are going to all of the major institutions. We also have information that we provide to all students in terms of FAFSA and financial assistance that we try to provide for them, and scholarships. And so I'm really happy to see the collaboration that has happened as a result of our partnering together. And we just completed our second report out on Capital Area Promise, and now we're going to be building upon the promise in trying to ensure that all students are given an opportunity for schools. It really aligns with Mayor's Cradle to K initiative, the work that we do, in addition to the work that we're doing with youth within the city. I also wanted to mention to you, if I could, the workforce development, which is part of MovEBR. We cater to 3 distinct areas. The first is actually youth, whether they're in school and out of school. So that is great for us because we're working with East Baton Rouge Parish School System to ensure that students who are out of school have a connection to employment opportunities. And then in addition, we work with adults, and those are individuals who are looking for work, and also dislocated workers, which is the third funding stream. And simply, MovEBR serves as a bridge between those who are looking for employment and then also companies within Baton Rouge who are looking for positions to be filled.
If I was a business or if I was a potential employee and I wanted more information about what you just talked about, where would I go?
Sure. So we have a website, which is on the city website, but I also have a phone number that I'd like to provide, especially for those who are interested. One of the other opportunities, as Mayor alluded to earlier during the introduction, is that the Division of Human Development and Services offers a lot of different programs. So we have 4 different federally funded programs, and one of them is our Office of Social Services. And at the current time, we're offering tax preparation. And so I wanted to provide a phone number, 225-258-4519. Again, it's 225-358-4519. This particular number, they can call and get access to any one of the 4 programs. And I'd like to just share those. It's MovEBR, which is our workforce development area. We also have our Ryan White program, which is for anyone who's experiencing HIV or AIDS. Medical attention, pharmacy attention is provided through this grant. The Office of Social Services, as I mentioned, utility assistance, rental assistance is provided. And then of course, we have our Head Start program. So those are the 4 different areas. So thank you for allowing me to share on those.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Wrapping us all up. Darrell, Grissle. Darrell, I want to talk parking meters. I never thought I'd be this excited about parking meters, but it's kind of an issue that needed to be, addressed. So talk to me about it.
Thank you. It's one of those issues that's been around for a long time. Before the mayor took office, there was a proposal to take the city's parking garages and parking meters to outsource both of those. And going through it, the numbers didn't work. And the goal was to make certain that we had the best return on revenue and the best services that we could provide. So we outsourced the parking garages. That's been a great victory for City Parish in terms of both better function and financial resources being gained. The parking meters, if I'm not mistaken, the number is about 850 parking meters that will go out. They're located in downtown and then also around LSU. So these are modern devices. You'll be able to pay with a phone app. You'll be able to use credit cards. They're tamper-proof, so we don't have to be as concerned about theft. And then in addition, the ticket that you get will actually have a place on the back where we can print coupons or advertisements, which is another revenue generator. But the issue with parking meters, people say, why do you have parking meters? It's really not just for revenue. In a downtown area, you want to make certain that those spaces turn over quickly so that people can frequent the businesses that are there. So it does both. It provides revenue and it provides a fast turnover for businesses.
My reluctance, Darrell, to pay the parking meter is not out of defiance or a desire to break the law. Generally speaking, I don't pay a parking meter because I don't have the change in my car to pay it.
Exactly.
So I am excited. Look, I'm not excited to pay for parking, but I am excited to be able to pay for parking, especially as someone who handles traffic tickets and parking tickets for friends, family, and clients.
Right.
What is the time scale or time frame for these new meters?
Those meters you should start seeing those in May.
Awesome.
And they are solar powered, so it's going to be easy for us to do the change out.
So we've got about 3 minutes left, guys. Mayor, or 2 minutes, I'm told 2 minutes. We've got about 2 minutes left. Anything we haven't talked about that we need to get out there real fast before we get back to the winter storm or sunny Orlando?
Well, Franz, my team has done an excellent job of covering some of our major initiatives. What I would like to say is that in order for us to have the type of city and parish that we all desire, it takes a collaborative effort. It's easy to be an armchair quarterback, but it takes a little bit more action to be in the game. And so that's why I'm excited about our neighborhood hub with our Safe, Hopeful, and Healthy, because people will be able to unite with us around the common goal of creating safe, hopeful, and healthy neighborhoods. First of all, by helping us develop clean neighborhoods. So I just have an invitation and appeal to all of our citizens to get on the team and let's all work together, government, citizens, public-private partnerships in developing and creating this city that we know Baton Rouge has the potential to be a city of peace, prosperity, and progress for everyone.
So I tell people there all the time, I want nice things for my city. And I don't care within the confines of following the law and appropriate administrative procedures. I don't care how we get those nice things. And it means that we have to work together. So I'm excited that you guys are working all this. If you are one of the guests on the show today, I would challenge you to go to the Facebook live stream, post the websites that you mentioned, post the numbers that you mentioned. I tried to do a little bit of that while we were talking. And we will also, when I post this on the www.GeauxRouge.com website, I'll make sure I put some of that in there. Mayor of Baton Rouge, Sharon, Weston, Broom, as well as all your team, thank you guys so much for joining us on this cold episode of Geaux Rouge. It's so cold that I'm about to put sunglasses on because I'm in Orlando, Florida at a conference. And I'm not trying to rub it in, Veneeth. I'm not trying to rub it in. It's just happening that way. Don't worry, Disney is not a vacation. Disney is not a vacation. I want to say that again one more time. Disney is not a vacation. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a great warm week. We will be back next Tuesday on Facebook Live, as well as if you want to listen on Talk 107.3, we are on Saturdays at noon. So from Franz Borkart, the team at 107.3, the mayor of Baton Rouge and her staff, we thank you for tuning in and have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Brian's going to tell us when we're clear. Okay, we're all clear. So you guys did a great job. If you're still listening, we're still on Facebook Live. If you're listening on Facebook Live, Jared has already followed instructions and posted on there. If you're listening on Facebook Live, if you have any questions, we'll get those to Veneeth and others. There was a question about trees that didn't really fit the framework of what we were talking about how the trees are going to be affected in Baton Rouge by the ice storm. I will let people smarter than I answer and address that, Mayor. I would imagine that there's going to be some tree damage. I would imagine that some of the stronger, older trees are going to be okay, but who knows? Was there a lot of tree debris and whatnot that happened as a result of this, or?
Go ahead, Kelvin.
I can address that for you, Mayor. Yes, we had significant amount of tree damage because of the ice. As ice accumulated on the limbs, we had a lot of breakage. We had a lot of trees down. We are going to do an assessment starting tomorrow to see exactly how much damage we had to our city parish tree inventory, but we think it's been substantial. We've had significant amount of trees in the roadways that we've had to clear the last 24, 36 hours. And we will probably continue to pick up tree and woody waste debris for the next couple of weeks is our estimate right now.
So if you're listening right now, this is me urging you strongly. There's no reason to be on the roads right now. There's no reason to be out and about. Stay in. There was a curfew yesterday, correct?
That's correct.
So is that still, and I don't mean to be asking questions out of turn, that's
No.
still going to be in place today?
As of now, we don't plan to reinstitute the curfew, but as you know, Franz, it's always a fluid situation. The weather reports are telling us that it's supposed to get warmer today, warmer being 36 or 37 degrees, right?
Right.
So the main motive for having the curfew was because we wanted people to stay safe off of the roads. And so we will always monitor situations, but at this moment, as we speak, there are no plans to re-implement the curfew. If the weather changes by some fluke or something, then we'll see what we need to do.
Awesome. And look, redstickready.com or text redstickready, all one word, to 225-243-991.
99991.
Sorry. Let me do that again. 225-243-9991. Make sure there's a full set of phone digits to text. That's about it, guys. Y'all stay warm, stay safe. Thank you guys for joining. Veneeth, thank you for helping me get this together. Shout out to Mark Armstrong as well. He helped as well. So you guys stay warm, and that's it. I'm turning Facebook Live off.